like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for GreenLeaf. Season 3, Episode 5. It came on Wednesday. You won't get this until Friday. You know, GreenLeaf was not one of my most popular shows, so sometimes I just take some time for me, okay, and I kind of chill out and get the reviews so y'all like a day late. So please excuse the lateness, but sometimes it happens. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become one of my active subscribers, which just means, you know, don't just subscribe and like don't watch nothing. Like, come subscribe, watch other videos, comment here and there, you know, like the videos, share the videos, all that goodness. And do not forget to hit the notification bell, because that lets you know when I have new videos. I will be live on YouTube on Friday, this Friday, which is technically today, by the time you see this, at 10 p.m. So if you have not been around from one of my lives, we have a good time. We laugh, joke, kiki. We do all questions and answers. So get your questions together, okay? And let's make it do what it do. Anyway, so this episode, you know, we see how May gets a phone call from Clara, and Clara lets her know that she will not, okay, she will not be giving them the money for their tax debt. And she's like, damn it, okay. So then May goes to talk to Bishop, and Bishop had just got off the phone with Clara's money manager, and he like, I think he doing that, you know, just because he hope when Clara die, he can get her money, you know what I'm saying? But he gonna say it's because she don't want to be connected. No, what did he say? Oh, because it's a personal loan, like a personal tax debt, not a, you know, not the church's tax debt, so she don't want to be connected to that. May like, well, she told me she doing it, but she's not gonna do it because she does not want to seem as if she's supporting the church with a divorced bishop. And I said, well, you know what I'm saying? And he like, well, how she know? He like, everybody's talking, everybody knows something's going on, so it's not as if what she found out is a secret, but she said Connie told her, because Connie be gossiping, okay? So now they playing the blame game. When you was your fault for this, we know it was Mac's fault, but Mac, your brother, when you told him, it's a whole back and forth thing about whose fault is it that they are in these tax debt situations. And you know what I'm saying, like, look, you said that, you said this, back and forth. She's like, look, we need to be honest. We need to be honest, James, with the church, with the kids. Like, you need to tell them we're divorcing. Then you need to step down and let me take over. He was like, say what now? Say what now? What are you talking about? She's like, look, you need to let me take over. Okay, you know I had a calling upon me when I was younger, and I gave it up for you. He like, you was tripping. You was fully tripping. You know what I'm saying? No. If you walk away, I let me raise money for the tax that you ain't got to worry about it, you know what I'm saying? And you could just be done. He was like, you know what, girl, bye. He said, if we divorce, please believe you will be leaving this building, not me. Because why? That's nature's way. I say, well, come on now, Bishop. That's not nice. You can't just tell her that. You know, don't do that, girl. Don't do that now, Bishop. Oh, God, Lord Jesus. So, you know, we see that whole situation. Next, we see May. May is waking Zora up for prayer. No, Bible study. 5 a.m. Bible study. She woke Zora up at 4:45 in the morning. You know, sometimes I don't go to bed until that time. So I'm like, well, okay. So she has to get up because Grandma like, get your butt up now. Come on down to Bible study. But we see Sophia is already up. And she's up for her little morning run. So we see Zora running. Not Zora, Sophia. And she keeps having little sad little pains or whatever, but she keeps ignoring them. Cool. We do see Carissa, who's like in Zora's old room, and she's just missing her daughter. We see that whole thing. We see Charity. Charity is at home, clearly having issues. Charity is, I don't know if it's postpartum, if it's the loss of the other baby, if it's just, my hair is almost making me crazy, if it's just depression. she's not doing well. Like, she's not doing well, okay? So Grace comes in and she's upset at Grace because she feels Grace is at fault for Kevin calling the police. And, you know, Grace like, look, I told him do not call the police, and saying I told him don't do it. Well, you should just stay out of it. I told you leave it be, but because you told him whatever, he had me arrested. You know what I'm saying? I was arrested at the Four Seasons Hotel. You was down there drunk with the baby. Girl, you were drunk with the whole baby. Grace like, look, girl, I'm the reason he did not press charges. Okay, I'm sorry, whatever, but why didn't you call me? I could have helped you. You can't help me. I'm like, okay, now Charity. Charity is, you know what I'm saying, fully over the edge. It was so humiliating to be, I was arrested. Just get out. Just get out. Okay? So Grace, she tried to touch her shoulder. I'm sorry. Don't touch me. Just get out. But dang it, Charity, you was just, girl, you in a whole little mood or whatever. So then we see Kevin come and he gets the baby. Okay? He gets the baby. And she came down. He got the baby. He's hugging the baby because he misses his son. Honey, she dropped that dang on baby bag and walked upstairs. Like, I'm like, didn't say nothing. I was like, ooh, Lord Jesus. So when she go upstairs, again, she's emotional. She closed the door and she's like, kind of, you know how you close your door, you put your back on the door, you slide down. She slid down crying, holding her mouth. Because again, she's having these episodes or whatever. So, you know, she's losing it so much so that we see her, she's already been having a drink little here and there, and she has some oxycodone left over when she had her cesarean section. Her cesarean, it's not cesarean section. And she takes a couple pills. So she been drinking a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, and took these other oxycodone pills. I'm like, girl, please don't go out nowhere driving. So we see Tasha and Rochelle meeting up. I'm like, how has no one seen these two ladies hanging out? Like, how? I feel like wherever they live at, it ain't that big. And I feel like if you don't trust Rochelle, why you want to have somebody follow her? Because have someone follow her and they will show you that she's hanging out with Tasha all the time. Okay? All the time. So, she gives Tasha some papers to have Jacob sign. Okay? And, you know, oh, what's this for? Oh, just most of it's like little, you know, bull crap or whatever. But one of the papers in there is, was if he signs it, it will let us open up a bank account for the real church. It's like, but the real church doesn't exist anymore. That doesn't matter, okay? You know what I'm saying? We need to have that to get anything on him and Bishop, so just go ahead and do it. And, oh, okay. But you can see Tasha don't really want to do it at all. But she says, okay. So when she goes in to have Jacob sign and stuff, let's hit my camera. Jacob is in there with his son, like, playing chess or whatever. And so it's the whole moment that Tasha feels like, oh, damn, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So she's like, okay, I didn't want to. So I'll come back. It's okay. Oh, I was like, the air in my thing is messed up and the maintenance said they couldn't get to it or whatever. I was coming to talk about that, but it's okay. So he's like, all right, whatever. I'll talk to him and it'll be later. So she goes back to Rochelle, like, you know, oh, it wasn't the right time. She's like, look, do you want to see Basie again? You know I do. Well, you need to get him to sign them papers, because if you don't sign them papers, we don't have any kind of, we need to have something on Bishop and Jacob, some money stuff to make them, you know, to get back at them. You know what I'm saying? So we need to have money going into the account. The sooner we have money going into the account, the sooner we can kind of get them for like fraud or whatever. I'm like, they're doing a whole little setup. So here goes Tasha. Okay, I'll have them sign them tomorrow. I'm just like, you just such a little weak man, little thing. We see May brings in Connie because he was told from Clara that Connie's who told her, who Connie told her about the whole divorce thing. So now she wants to meet with Connie. Connie is on the deacon's board. So she brings up, you know, Connie, I know all the issues or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? And right now James won't step down, but you know what I'm saying? I think we can get him to do that. And I think when he steps down, I'll step up as bishop. I'll take over the church or whatever. And you said, this is not up for discussion. She was like, May, girl, the deacons and I have already had a conversation, and we just feel like we would need to get a third person who was like not like a third, I thought she said disinterested person to take over. And she was like, who would you get? Why, Grace, of course. I was like, you know, Grace and May don't be button. You know they be butting heads. Why would you pick that? Why would you do that? Okay. So then we see May goes to see Grace. I'm like, you up here, you went and talked to Connie about the church. You want to take over the church? If your father knew you were trying to steal the church, I'm like, she not even really trying to steal it. They trying to give it to me, truth be told. So she's like, look, Connie came to me. Okay, Connie came to me. I did not go to her. And you and Daddy, you all are losing the church on your own. And it's true. May is so consumed with everyone else thing, like it's like she thinks everything is someone else's fault. And it's not. The troubles that y'all are having is stuff that you and Bishop let build up over a while, and it's all that's coming to a head right now. Now Rochelle has put some stuff forward too, but it's still stuff that y'all did not handle properly before. So Grace like, look, I don't want the church, okay? I don't want it. May say, good, because you will never get it. I'm like, May, why are you so mean, May? Come on now, girl. So then we see Bishop talking to Percy, his old friend Percy. And he like, because you had attacked that before, right? He like, yeah, I robbed Peter to pay Paul. I hired a lawyer. I did this, I did that. He like, but I didn't owe millions. Like, I just owed enough to where I was able to get it done. So, but again, I had to get a lawyer. He then told Bishop, but what you need to do is you need to go holler at the little girl. He like, who, Rochelle? He like, yeah. He like, nah, you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? She a dragon. Percy gonna say, we know dragons have pots of gold. No, they don't, Percy. Leprechauns do. Leprechauns have pots of gold. Okay, over a whole rainbow. Dragons have fire and brimstone, and they destroy everything in their path. Okay, this is not Game of Thrones. Okay, these are not the good little dragons that Daenerys has. No, these are no. And even though dragons destroy stuff, it's a whole goddamn. It's not Game of Thrones. It's not Game of Thrones. Anyway, I'm like, no dragons. Okay, that's you should not want him to get in business with Rochelle's butt. I feel like, are you in on the two, Percy? Do you know Rochelle? Maybe not, because he said, she be into hedge funds. She's into that cryptocurrency, whatever. She's like, oh, she's ahead of the game. Matter of fact, you should give me her number. Percy, get your little ass on somewhere. We see Grace goes to talk to Connie because she's a little bit upset that Connie went and talked to May and made it seem as if she was trying to take the church over. She lets Connie know, like, look, that ain't what I'm trying to do, whatever. I don't think me taking over church in the first place is the right thing anyway. So Connie, like, I feel like we can take a whole, like, middle ground situation with this. Like, I think we kind of figure it out. Grace's whole, I'm gonna break it down, because Grace's whole thing is, I want a church that includes gay people, gay and lesbian people. I don't want to have a church that is not all inclusive for anyone who believes in God. I don't want to have that. She brings up how I'm praying that my parents can work things out, but if they cannot, you know what I'm saying, I feel like for me to take the church over, it has to be done in the Jesus way of having unconditional love and acceptance of all people. And then kind of like, but what if, I'm saying, the church isn't ready for that? She's like, well, I'm saying, well, then it's not a church. Yeah, it's not, yeah. Connie feels like they don't want to have Bishop or Bishop or May over the church, because it'll be more scandal with the whole divorce situation. So we need to get somebody in here before they divorce, that the whole scandal of their divorce is not tied to the church. I'm like, it's just so much going on, baby. And it's as if we know Grace wants to lead, but she does not want to lead in spite of her parents thinking she's trying to take over. But she also does not want to lead if the church doesn't have the right value, the values that she wants to preach about. So it's a whole thing. Next we see, like a moth to a flame, like a snake to a rat, like a prey to a predator, Rochelle come back around. Okay, what basically, Bishop go looking for Rochelle. He goes down to her job trying to apologize because he needs what? He needs some help, okay? And she comes downstairs in her office. She talk to him, whatever. And then, what I'm saying, he's basically, I'm sorry. The way things, I should not have acted that way. I'm thirsty. That's also 2:40 in the morning, but whatever. He brings up how he should not have acted that way at the party. So he's sorry. She's okay, I can forgive you. He then starts asking her for advice or help with the whole IRS situation. And it's like, oh, that's what's gonna happen. I'm saying, you can come up here and say sorry. I'm just going to help you and all is forgiven. You know what I'm saying? You can't toss me out and then just come back as if nothing ever happened. I'm like, I thought you wanted bitch to come back and talk to you, girl. It's a whole scam. And then he like, well, okay. So as they're leaving, he's like, well, but I'm really sorry. Bishop, I don't care. Okay, have a good day. Tom, if he comes back, don't tell me. I'm looking like, you gonna tell the little security dude? I'm like, well, okay, you gonna ban Bishop? Girl, bye. So we see next, Sophia is trying to be nice to Zora. Okay, Zora is listening to an old CD player. She has the whole little headphone CD player thing. That's all she has to use because she don't have any technology. And so again, Sophia is just trying to be nice. Say, hey, you want to go here and get some food or whatever? No, I'd rather just, eat cold. Like, just being a bitch, basically. And then Sophia's like, look, I'm just trying to be nice. Okay, I'm trying to be nice or whatever because that's the good thing to do. As she's talking to Zora, she gets a pain in her side again. She's like, what's wrong with you? She's like, oh, nothing. I just keep having these little pains or whatever. He goes, Zora, maybe you're pregnant. And then she just walks away. I'm like, you old little heifer. And then as she walks away, Sophia kind of collapses to the floor, crying out in pain because, of course, something's wrong. Something is really wrong. So while we see Grace with Derek eating some food, having a whole conversation about how she does really want to take over the church, to take over the church. She wants to do it in the right way. We then see her phone ring, and it's May. And at first she was not gonna answer because, she's only calling me to go off on me to yell at me. And so he answered the phone, and luckily she did because May was really calling her to tell her about Sophia. So we then see that Sophia is in the hospital. Okay, she's in the hospital. She's been admitted into the hospital, and she is going to have surgery. She had an ovarian torsion, and it has to be untwisted. She has to have, I think it was a laparoscopy, something with an L and scopy on the end. I don't know what it was, but basically it's a exploratory surgery where you kind of figure out what the problem is. And so again, Sophia's having to have surgery for these pains that she has been getting in her side for a little while. So we then see when Grace come out and tell people, she has to have surgery, it's this, and this, they're going into this, and this. Charity is there, and she clearly is high over them pills and booze she's been taking, and she's loud. It ain't no fun being cut open. I'm like, and they told her, they was like, are you drunk? She was like, I should know. I'm just saying, and they looking at her like she's crazy because she's so loud. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, clearly she's under the influence. Okay, and then she say, I'm just saying, I would know because I lost a whole daughter. I'm like, did you forget your mama also buried your sister? She lost a daughter too, girl, bad. So, she's like, well, I'm finna go be with Sophia. And then May tries to go with Grace. And Grace like, where are you going? Well, I'm going with you. She was like, no, I'm good. Stay here. Yep. See, she ruins everything. I'm like, Charity, why are you drunk talking? Honey, and when she popped up behind May saying, see, yep, she ruins everything. May was like, drink some water, baby, okay? And because again, Charity is clearly under the influence. I'm like, she's like a drunk old lady at a party. You know what I'm saying? That's what she is. Anyway, so we do see next Jacob and Zora having a conversation. Jacob is asking her, like, how's it been going at, her grandma's house or whatever. Well, you guys kicked me out. He's like, we did not kick you out. You said to us that you did not want to live with us anymore. So you went to your grandmother's. You know what? It's always like that with you. You're always ragging on me. I'm like, little bitch, little girl, little heifer, shut up. You literally are being like a bad kid right now, and you're blaming everyone else because you're in bad situations. It's really her fault that she's in the predicament she's in, because after you was let with that boy who was beating on you, that you ran away with, you then was stealing from the church. You were stealing money from the church, literally. Girl, you was stealing the church's money. Okay, so it's all your fault. Anyway, Carissa then walks up and she's saying, you can come home at any time, baby. No, I'm fine. Zora ass gets on my damn nerves right now. I can't take it. Charity then pops up behind Krista. Y'all really messed up with her. I'm like, where did the drunk come from? Like, where did she pop in from? She's like, what? Excuse me? Are you okay? Why does everyone keep asking me that? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you? Are you sure? She then goes over to the vending machine. Okay, Charity goes over to the vending machine, and all she wants is a whatchamacallit. Okay, a whole little, just a whatchamacallit little candy bar. Puts her money in the machine, and the machine, you know how it gets stuck? It gets stuck. And then she's beating up the machine. So Chris like, girl, no, I'll get you another one. No, this machine pissed me off. People always mess with me, and you fuck with the wrong person. Like, the machine wasn't messing with you. The machine don't know you, girl. It does not know you. So Carissa looking like, oh my God, because she's flipping out, beating up the machine, shaking again, loud, yelling for over a whatchamacallit. You're not gonna keep messing with me. Give me what I want. I want what I paid for. It's mine. It's mine. Give it to me. I'm like, girl. May come off like, what is wrong with you, girl? And then she punched the whole hole in the vending machine, cut up her whole hand, and then bit into the whatchamacallit and said, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna need stitches, and someone gonna need a lawyer. I'm like, you need stitches and a lawyer. And then Jacob like, it was the craziest scene because she really got pissed off about the candy bar. The candy bar. Freaking candy bar. We then see Bishop and May, and they're talking. Bishop is like, look, I know we got things going on, but you know what I'm saying, with all the mess the kids got going on, what's wrong with Charity? Oh, they said it's Oxycontin. She was taking the pills, whatever. Where she get them from? She had them left over from, the whole the C-section. He like, look, between her and now she acting like this, Jacob and the Zora situation, Sophia. So we got Grace with issues or whatever. I feel like our kids need they need their parents, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we can like just start over and be there. We can just do this together. James, I don't see how we can do this. We can't do that, you know what I'm saying. That would be disrespectful to God. We cannot do that to Jesus Christ. No, we can't do that, okay? It's time to tell the kids in the church and move on, okay? And just move on. The kids do need their mother and their father, but they will not ever have their parents. I said, damn, that's deep. Because it's a thing that people don't realize. And I feel like I'm happy they said that, because there's so many people who don't need to be together and have kids, and they literally stay together for the kids, but the kids don't even see a healthy relationship. They see a false positive. It's not a good thing. A false positive is really negative. You do know that, right? Meaning, if you're putting a front on that something is positive, is really negative. It's a false positive means negative. So her thing was, we can be a mother and a father to them without us faking like we a couple. They don't need us to fake like we're a couple. That won't help them. But if they have two loving parents, that is what they need. They need their mother and their father. And I'm like, say that word, man. Say that word. They don't need their parents. They need their mother and their father. And it's a difference. All you couples who be together and we get it for the kids, for the kids, for the kids, for the kids. If it's not a healthy, positive relationship, if it's a false positive, it's really negative. It's really, really negative. Anyway, so as they're having this whole conversation, Charity waking up, oh, what happened? You got mad over candy bar, honey. And I'm like, made them little one-liners. Oh, my head hurts so bad. So at this point in time, we know it's all right. So we then see them all walking together. We see May pushing Charity. We see, Bishop come walking, Carissa come walking, Zora come walking, Jacob, all of them walking together. I'm like, oh, okay, it's like a whole little pack of lions, okay? I'm like, where they going? They're going to leave Zora? No, not Zora. They're going to leave Grace and Sophia by themselves at the hospital. They're going to go home? Okay, if you say so. But no. We see they all go to the chapel in the hospital where Grace is already there praying for Zora. For Sophia. And they all walk to the chapel, and they all have a seat, and they all start praying in unison. It was a very, very touching scene, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Charity needs it the most. Because Charity in the whole wheelchair, Charity looked like when your auntie first starts smoking crack, and if she starts hitting her like back in the 90s or whatever, she looked like a person who just started smoking crack. And she's, a little dingy, little dust, little dingy dirt. But she gets up from her wheelchair and she walks over and she sits next to Grace, and she, holds her arm, and she's like, she's a sister. She's a sister. And as they're sitting there praying together as a family for their family, the devil slithers his ass in Bishop's phone, but it beeps, and it's Rochelle text like, I'm sorry, I was mad, I can help. The minute God is in there trying to fix his family, the devil sends his serpent into the temple to get to the sheep. Okay, and Bishop right now is a whole sheep, and she is a serpent ready to bite that ass. We see Sophia is out of surgery. She's okay. However, we learned that she actually had a cyst on both of her ovaries, which is typically not that bad, but hers had so much damage, and they had to get all the cysts off, that her ovaries were so damaged that they had to remove her ovaries. Grace like, so she can't have kids of her own? He's like, unfortunately no. So she's devastated, because before Sophia went into surgery, she was, a little bit high on loopy or whatever, but she was saying how her boyfriend apologized to her about being mean or whatever, and how he wants to be with her forever, and how they can get married and have kids, have a whole family, and she wants kids. So to then know you went in and had surgery, you came out, and now you cannot have your own children, it's going to be devastating. So we do see that, Grace, of course, stays the whole night with her. So when she wakes up the following morning, Mom, hey, Mom. Hey, baby, she's like, oh, you stay? Of course I stay, girl, of course I stay, and you'll be fine, and soon you will heal from the surgery. Well, why do you look so sad? She's like, well, baby, there was a complication, and they had to remove your ovaries. And she said, wait, what does that mean? Does that mean I can't have kids? I can't have my own kids? She's like, yeah. So Sophia's bawling, crying, oh my, she just, it was so sad, and Grace, of course, hugs her and embraces her and tells her, it's okay, you can still be a mom, don't worry, you'll be okay, this too shall pass, God got you. And when she said, why did he let this happen, and I said, oh, it's the things where I don't like when they when they build someone up to like having this tremendous, amazing relationship with God, and then something bad happens and they question God. But it's a thing to where that happens in life. You do wonder, like, why did God let this happen to me? And that is true a part of life. So at first I was like, oh dang, they're gonna make her do the whole, I'm like, they're gonna make her question God. I'm like, but you know what? That happens when something so tremendously sad or bad happens to you. People do question, why did God let this happen? You know what I'm saying? And it's, so, for me, I was like, oh, damn it, Grace. Oh, help the baby. Anyway, we then see Tasha finally does go in and see Jacob and have him sign the paperwork. And she's like, oh, hey, what's up? Are you okay, whatever? Because he had the whole long night. You're like, yeah, things just kind of going crazy or whatever. But, because with the whole Zora thing, with the whole Sophia thing, this and this and this, all these things was happening. He says, but I talked to maintenance. I told them to always make sure whatever you need in your office that is done. And he's like, you know why? Because you're like family. And she was like, oh, yeah, huh? Oh, that's great. Thanks so much. And she feels like shit. Because as he's telling her how much he appreciates her and her being there and helping him and being within the church and being like family despite anything else, she's sitting up there letting him sign stuff that's going to get him like in trouble. And I'm like, you should feel like purity shit, Tasha. Purity shit. Okay? You f***ed up Tiny and T.I.'s marriage. You finna mess up Jacob's life. He's a harlot. A whole harlot. For Basie. Okay? And Basie is a cheater. He's a whole little gambling little sucker. Little sucker. Jab turkey. Anyway, we then see the last scene of Bishop come and talk to May. And telling her, like, May, I think you're right. I agree with you. I do think it's time that we tell people what's going on. We should tell the church the truth. Here is a statement that will release a bot was going on. You know what I'm saying? And then he gives her the thing to read, and she was like, as he's leaving, he said, you know, and May, I'm sorry. And she was like, close the door behind you, James. And then he leaves out, and she puts, we didn't see what the letter said, so I don't know what to say. But, you know what I'm saying, she didn't look too happy about it, and she just put it down like, okay. But I wonder if she realized, well, damn, it's real. Like, it's really happening, and I have to be okay with the fact that it's really happening. And that's how the episode goes out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.
It's like love, love, love.